shot.
Yeah. Sorry. Sorry.
Okay.
Obviously very disappointing. Like I said, no one comes here wanting to do anything other than represent the country in the Olympics, so.
Challenges in life can be tough, and sometimes they come back again and again. Abby Steiner's recent tears showed just how hard it is to lose something you've worked so hard for. Despite facing setbacks, like missing out on the Paris team and undergoing 2 surgeries last year, Abby's determination shines through. Running alongside the world's fastest women after such struggles is truly remarkable. Her skill in bouncing back from injuries and getting back into training, even though she's young, shows just how committed and tough she is. After last year's US Championships, Abby had to take time off due to an injury. The recovery period kept her off the track until early April. When she competed in her first race after several months, Abby made a successful return to the track with a comfortable victory in the women's 400 meters at the 2024 Gamecock Invitational. She clocked 51.58 seconds, the fastest time across all sections of the event, and clinched first place comfortably in Section 1. Abby then continued her competitive season at the 2024 Tom Jones Memorial Invitational held at the University of Florida in Gainesville, Florida in mid-April. There, she continued her recovery from surgery with another solid performance, this time over the 100 meters. Abby had undergone heel surgery last September to address a persistent Achilles tendonitis issue. She clocked a time of 11.05 seconds to win her heat of the women's 100 meters and place 4th overall in the list of competitors. She also ran as part of the USA Red Team along with Micaiah Briscoe, Jenna Prandini, and Alea Hobbs, who finished 2nd in the women's 4x400 meter relay. The win went to the Empire Athletics Quartet, featuring world and Olympic champion Shawnee Miller-Weibo from the Bahamas on the anchor leg. In the women's 4x100 meter relay, a U.S. team comprising Micaiah Briscoe, Abby Steiner, Jenna Prandini, and Alea Hobbs won in 41.94 seconds, closely followed by another U.S. team in 41.90 seconds. Having been out of the game for a few months, Abby ran right at it at full speed and continued to exhibit her dominance in the sport. At the USATF Bermuda Grand Prix held in late April, Abby clinched a win for the United States. The 24-year-old sprinter signed by Puma made her 200-meter season debut at the event, securing gold with a time of 22.7 seconds. This marked her 2nd consecutive 200-meter win on the island. She made an impressive stride towards increasing her speed and clinched the first position in the event. She registered a run time of 22.7 seconds and left behind the likes of Kennedy Flannel and Ashanti Moore. Even though the run time was far from her personal best of 22.37 seconds in the 200 meter, it was quite impressive considering her return from a serious injury. Still, the time made her the only woman to breach the 23-second mark. From there, Abby continued to stride towards her goal of making the Olympic team going to Paris. At the 2024 USATF Los Angeles Grand Prix held at UCLA's Drake Stadium in mid-May, she finished 2nd with 22.32 seconds, while Gabby Thomas, the Olympic bronze medalist and world silver medalist, was 6th in 22.68 seconds. It was 2-time Olympic champion Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone who blazed to victory in the women's 200 meter. Abby Steiner recently participated in the 2024 United States Olympic Trials for Track and Field held at Hayward Field in Eugene, Oregon. As an alumna of the University of Kentucky, Steiner aimed to make a strong comeback after a challenging year. Her performance in the women's 200 meters started off promising. In the first round, she finished 2nd in her heat and 3rd overall with a time of 22.2 seconds. This result earned her an automatic spot in the semifinals. In the semifinals, Steiner ran a season's best time of 22.03 seconds, the 4th fastest time of the round. This was impressive, placing her among the top contenders for the finals. The fastest times in the semifinals were achieved by Sha'Carri Richardson and Mackenzie Long, who clocked 21.92 seconds and 22.01 seconds, respectively. These performances set a high bar for the final. However, the final did not go as planned for Steiner. Gabby Thomas emerged victorious with a time of 21.81 seconds, securing her place in the Paris Olympics. Thomas was joined by first-time Olympians Brittany Brown and Mackenzie Long, who finished 2nd and 3rd with times of 21.90 seconds and 21.91 seconds, respectively. Sha'Carri Richardson, another top competitor, finished 4th with a time of 22.16 seconds. Steiner, unfortunately, did not make it to the top 3. Her final time of 22.24 seconds placed her 6th in the race. Despite this setback, she achieved a personal best of 22.03 seconds earlier in the semifinals, which was a silver lining to her performance. This new personal best made her the 5th fastest woman in the 200 meters this season. It was clear that Steiner was close to the top, trailing only behind Gabby Thomas, the fastest woman in the event this season. Steiner's journey to the trials was not without its challenges. She had undergone surgery on her left foot in August 2023, and then on her right foot in September. In an Instagram post, she shared her disappointment and hope for the future. She expressed a strong desire for the 2024 season to be a significant comeback year, but acknowledged that things didn't turn out as she had hoped. Steiner thanked her supporters, recognizing their belief in her despite the difficult circumstances. Abby Steiner's road to the Olympic trials was marked by efforts to overcome injury and return to peak performance. She had high hopes for the trials, but fell short of qualifying for the Paris Olympics. She was competing in both the 100 meters and 200 meters, but did not achieve her goals in either event. In the 100 meters, she was eliminated after the preliminaries, finishing 5th with a time of 11.13 seconds. Her performance in the 200 meters showed potential, as she finished 2nd in both the preliminaries and semifinals with times of 22.2 seconds and 22.3 seconds respectively. Despite her strong start, the final race of the 200 meters did not go in her favor. She ended up in 6th place with a time of 22.24 seconds. This result was disappointing for Steiner, who had hoped for a better outcome. However, her achievements throughout the season, including her personal best, reflect her potential and dedication to the sport. That's all for this video.